Hey guys, Necro here, and it's been a while since I put out a raid video, which is kind of funny because I had just posted another video earlier saying about how I was back. Apparently, my S7 decided to basically really crap itself. So it took about a week or two, but now I have the Galaxy S9 Plus, and I could not be happier with it. So I have some new raid footage for you guys. First up, we have a Mewtwo because Mewtwo's still a thing, and I'm still hunting for my Hundo Mewtwo. I got one, but I didn't get it because that's when the game, or sorry, my S7 decided that I was not worthy of obtaining the one Hundo Mewtwo. If you check my Instagram, I have photos of it because I was able to get photos before the phone entirely crashed and post them quickly. But it was very frustrating to me, very upsetting to get a Hundo and just have it be taken away like that. So I'm still rating Mewtwo for those reasons. And also for XP, and Mewtwo's one of my favorite Pokemon. But, anywho, with this one, like always, I meet up with my local raid group, the local Poke Rangers. We're raiding some Mewtwo's for XP and profit, like you do. And I went in with my Dark team. I found that if I use an all Dark team, it does really well. I don't have many Bite, Crunch, Tyrannitars like I would like. So I end up filling the gaps with a lot of Houndours because they spawn a lot here. And, they do decent. They're glass cannons, so what I basically try to do is do as much damage as I can with the first team, and then just tap out and jump in with the second team. And right now using the Shifter, and Shifter does pretty decent until he gets smacked too hard. The basic attacks it can take just fine, but the moment it gets hit with anything bigger than a basic attack, like right there, it goes down. So that's already first team tapped out. Just jumping in with recommendeds here, a bunch of Lugias, a bunch of Ho-Ho. So I really don't understand why it recommends stuff that's not very effective, but we had more than enough people here carrying the weight, so we could kind of just do what we could with what we could. And what I've also found works really good for the legendaries is the fact that even though they might not be very effective, they still do a decent chunk of damage. I mean, all of us just about using Lugias or Ho-Hos to pound away at the Mewtwo, get it down. And it was doing pretty decent, pretty well, so... and I also find that they are able to take the attacks from the Mewtwo even better. This particular Lugia has extrasensory and sky attack, so maybe that's why he was doing decent. Sky attack is one of the better generalist moves. Maybe that's why they were recommended. Personally, I do prefer stab moves. I'd rather get that elemental or type bonus. But you can't always get that, and that's not always the case. But yeah, we already have it down way in the red, and it's already 113 seconds now, so it's going down no matter what. And with a lot of these raids, it's just a waiting game. It's all about time, and also resource conservation. Swooped over to a Ho-Ho there. Basically seeing how fast you can knock it down with the least amount of effort on the part of your Pokemon. And once again, this Ho-Ho has Brave Bird, which is a good generalist type move. Not really all that effective, not very effective at all, in fact. But it does a decent chunk of damage. And my Lugia takes down the Mewtwo. Boom, there it goes. You win. Friendship levels up with everyone. Awesome. That's what I like to see. 2 fast TMs, 6 rare candies, 6 hyper potions, 500 Stardust, 10k, because no lucky eggs yet. And 14 balls. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's take a look at our Mewtwo. And 2778. That's only 81%. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's not bad. It's not good. I mean, it's nice. But it is weather boosted, which is the main reason why a lot of people were out raiding today. So, curveball right there. 1, 2, and no, I knew it wasn't going to stay in after the first ball. All right, Golden Raz now. I always trust Prodigy's Nation's advice with how to catch legendaries. Oh, nice. That was a curveball on a jump and a great at that, so... Okay, it didn't stay in, but that would have been impressive. Okay, Nanab now. Curveball throw. Excellent. Curveball. Yes. One. Oh, okay. You didn't even like that at all. All right. Golden Raz now. Winding it up. Give me the pitch. Okay, I thought that should have hit, but you know, whatever. Curveball, nice. All right. I was way off with that one. I knew it wasn't going to stand that. That was only a nice. So, no, not Panab. Nanab. All right. Throwing is so much better on the S9 Plus. And, you know, this isn't sponsored or anything. This is just... I went on a phone that was terrible. And playing on a new updated phone is just fantastic. Another Golden Raz there. Curveball, great. And is this enough to take our bad boy down? 1, 2. No, dang. Okay, he is being feisty. Nanab. Curveball. Great. Once again, I can land the grades better than the excellence. I mean, I'll admit that. Alright. Golden Raz now. The fidgety little monkey. Oh, okay, dang. Curveball, excellent on a descent for Mewtwo. And boom, that is enough to get him. Bag him and tag him. 2778, let's go to Appraise. Wonder, HP, Impressed by Stats. Okay, so once again, 81%, not great. Are great, but not terrible. And the next raid was one right after. Same group. Basically, we had a little raid train going on. I just went in with recommendeds for this one because I was trying to help my girlfriend get her team ready, I think. Anyway, the point is I didn't have time to get my team prepared the way I wanted to, so I just went in with recommendeds, which is fine, because usually golems do a decent job by themselves, not great. But I just went with recommendeds, and usually why golems recommended is because your Mewtwo will have Thunderbolt. So, yeah. And Stone Edge, of course, always does a decent chunk of damage regardless. And there he goes. And I've also noticed, I mean, okay, I got this phone from Spectrum, which, say what you want about Spectrum and Spectrum Mobile, the service has been really good for me so far. You know, and once again, this isn't paid advertisement or sponsored or anything. This is just my own experience, and I am impressed with this phone. If I have issues later, I mean, you can bet I'll talk about those, I'll voice those, but for right now, I am pleased with my purchase and pleased with how everything is coming out. The game just runs so smooth compared to my old S7, which I did manage to repair. I do have up and running, but I use it mainly for messaging with the group, and I play the actual game on the S9 Plus, which works out a lot better. Alright, on to my Arons, which for some reason, Pokemon Go always likes to suggest Arons. I have no idea why. Maybe just because they're tanky. And this Aron has Thunderbolt too, which I suppose. Okay, somebody hit that with a Hyper Beam. I believe that was a Hyper Beam. And yeah, it's just always great to raid with the guys, you know, raid with the different groups. Specifically, you know, there's a few groups around us from the different cities, but our group is very tight-knit. We have, honestly, about 86 raiders with us. However, not everybody is active at all times because people work, people go to school, have college, what have you. So, I mean, we have a decent chunk of people that raid. And usually, usually during the mornings, raiding is dead. So if there's any eggs that pop out really early, it's really hard to find people to raid those, just because of the nature of the beast. You know, you got to work, you got to be an adult. And we've had some people get butthurt about that and leave the group, which is always sad to see people go, but it's one of those things where it's like, I'm sorry, but as much as I love Pokemon Go and raiding, you know, real life has to come first. Has to be the priority. But that ain't going to stop us from taking down this Mewtwo, which, okay, whipping out my Latios here, I am just surprised so much at the DPS on this Latios. I think it has Outrage for a quick move? No, Outrage is a quick move. Dragon Tail, Dragon Fury. It has one of the Dragon type moves as a quick move, and it is just pounding away at that Mewtwo. Really surprised there. It got taken down by a Thunderbolt, of course, so, you know, Rhydon to the rescue, like always. Rhydon is very tanky, very beefy. I have a great deal of Rhydons, and I rely on them to fill in the gaps whenever I have a hole in the lineup. Resistance or not. Anywho, Mewtwo goes down 85 seconds. 7 golden raspberries, 6 rare candies, 3 revives, 6 hyper potions, 500 stardust. No TMs, dang. That's what I was looking for. Okay, 13 Pokeballs, or Premier Balls. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the challenge. Let's see what we got. 2837, that is 98%. That is decent. Beyond decent. I am satisfied with that. Okay, let's go and bury him up. Toss it out. Curveball, great. No. Okay. At this time, I was really worried. I was like, if I do not catch this, I missed a Hundo a couple of weeks back because of crappy phones. And if I cannot catch... Oh, what a whiff there. If I cannot catch a 98%, which is like the next best thing, it's just going to be disappointing. That should have connected. Mewtwo just batted away. That was a curveball connection, but... not great. Alright, I'm golden raspberry. Let's give it a toss. Come on. Boom. Great. Alright, let's see if he stays. 1, 2. Oh, okay, he did not stay with that one either. Okay. Nanab now. Let's get him to calm down. He's jumping around way too much for me. Okay, curveball. Excellent. Nice. And 1. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Golden raspberry it is. Let's go ahead and do the wind up and the pitch. Okay, that's a curveball decent. 1. Okay, I knew that wasn't going to hold him. Mewtwo is too wily for that. Nanab. Curveball excellent. Okay, I didn't think that was going to be an excellent. But 1. Oh, dang. Okay. He is being really fidgety right now and jumping around way too much. Gotta wait for him to jump or attack or something. But I decided just to go for it. Throw the curveball. Great. Right as he was about to jump too. But it don't even matter because that was enough to catch him. Mewtwo caught. Great. 2837 CP. Wonder, HP, attack. That is all I need. Exceeds calculations. Definitely keeping you, buddy. Anyway, on to the next. Now, kind of breaking up the Mewtwo raid train a bit, we decided to do a stop off real quick for a T-Tar raid or Tyranitar raid. We call them T-Tars. It's quicker in text to put out there. But basically rock with my Buff Boys team, which is basically 6 decent IV'd Machamps. And they just take this guy down pretty quick. But we always raid T-Tars because they are so useful and so universal. Having a Bite Crunch works great on Mewtwo and even on Deoxys, which I haven't raided Deoxys yet. But I've seen a lot of people raid Deoxys with basically the same lineups that they would use to take down Mewtwo. So Tyranitars are just always good to get. They're tanky, they do a lot of damage, and usually they have decent movesets. Now, if you can get the Smackdown Tyranitars, oh my god, those are the best. Even if it's not effective, Smackdown still does a decent amount of damage. And plus, you know, they're only level 4 raids, so you really don't need a lot of people to take them down. I think we have like 7 here, which is kind of like way too many, because he goes down within the first, like, not even before the first 100 seconds go down, but... You know, if everybody's using the right counters, you know, Tyranitar is not hard to take down, but it is the catching that that becomes the problem, but that's besides the point. And oh, somebody hit him with a hydro cannon over there. Or hydro pump. There we go. Once again, not easy to take down. 9 golden raspberry, 6 revive. I'm sorry, 6 hydro potions, 3 revives, rare candies, XP. Best friend bonus, yay. 17 balls. I don't think I've ever had 17 balls. to catch a T-Tar. And 20, 33, only 78% IV. Not bad. Decently IV'd, worth keeping on the team, especially now because I traded away a bunch of T-Tars to some new members, and one of those members ended up leaving the raid group, which kind of upset me because it's like, well, why did I trade you a decent IV'd? It was like 84, 85% T-Tar. You're just gonna up and bail on the group. But I mean, whatever. That's besides the point. Also, not a hard catch from either because I do have gold in ground and dark, so the hard thing is just getting him to sit still. He gets very fidgety. Nice, okay. And there he goes. Caught and bagged. Bagged and tagged. Iron Tail, Stone Edge, nice. I'm sorry, I said ground earlier, it's rock type. Caught attention, defense, exceeds calc. Yeah, so he's got Iron Tail and Stone Edge. I'm definitely going to use TMs on him. But the next raid and the last raid of the day is another Mewtwo. Because I'm going to raid Mewtwo every time I can until I can find no one to raid Mewtwo with me. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm using a Bite Crunch Tyranitar, and as you can see, just super effective, super effective, super effective. The fact that this Mewtwo has Ice Beam, kind of worked against me. But going in with my Dark team, they're just munching and crunching away. This is a Snarl Crunch Houndoom, 91%. So it does pretty decent, but those charge moves, regardless of what they do, take them down pretty quickly. So usually what I try to do is get the crunches up to all 3 bars, and then just spam the crunches one right after another. Get as many of them off as I can before I get smacked down with something hurtful like that Ice Beam there. But I mean, usually Mewtwo can pretty much pound through Houndours. However, like I said, they're really good. They're glass cannons. Now my favorite, of course. I sadly do not have any Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball Gengars, which are more of glass cannons, but do even more damage. But besides the point. We're still pounding away at this Mewtwo. There we go. We're doing decent on him. We're like 212 seconds in, and he's already like in the yellow, almost in the red. So I mean, we got this guy down. Usually when it comes to legendaries, with the extra time that is allotted, you typically want to give your team 140 seconds. If they cannot get him into the yellow by 140 seconds, you're not going to win the raid, chances are. Oops, sorry, slip of the finger there. Rejoin just with recommendeds, and here come the Aerons. You see, I was only out there a couple of seconds, and the team was able to take him down even more. And there we go. I mean, this is just ownage. And this is with, a recommended team, of course. I didn't have another one directly ready. But, of course, that Ice Beam is still lethal. It's one of the best movesets you can get on your Mewtwo. Ice Beam and Thunder are the 2 good ones. Thunderbolt, sorry. Are the 2 best movesets you can get on your Mewtwo. And here, once again, going down with my Smackdown Tyranitar. Just using Smackdown alone. Ton of damage. I need more of these. And down the Mewtwo goes. I think that was 28-12 from what I saw. More friendships up. 1 fast TM, yes. 3 rare candies, 6 revives, 3 hyper potions, Stardust, and 20k XP this time because I did have a lucky egg. And 15 balls. Let's go. Let's check it out. Yes, 28-12. That is 91% for weather boosting. And we try to get them weather boosted as much as we can because that saves you a lot of Stardust for powering up. It also makes them harder to catch. So I'm kind of waiting for this guy to calm down because he's jumping all over the place. Alright, let's go ahead and get it started. Let's get you in a nab, buddy. Let you calm down. Curveball. Great. 1, 2. No, okay, didn't stay there with that one. Alright. Golden Raspberry. Curveball. Whiff. Oh my goodness. Alright. Okay, another whiff. I kind of getting a little excited here because this is another decent IV one, and I'm like, okay, I need to calm down a little there. I would just whiff 4 of them in a row. This is embarrassing. Okay, right after an attack, which is a curveball, excellent. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. 91% bagged and tagged. Praise. Let's go ahead and get it appraised by Blanche, the Team Mystic leader. I think one of the fellow Rangers asking me a question here. That's why I paused a little bit. Anywho, Wonder HP exceeds calculations. HP is decent. Confusion, Ice Beam, really great. Glad to get another Mewtwo on the team. But yeah, guys, this was all the raids I did yesterday, which was Saturday the 13th, I believe, or 14th. But yeah, we're going to have more raid videos coming out for you. And it's really easy for me to get out the videos a lot faster with the S9. It edits faster, captures faster, just runs a lot smoother. So until then, guys, keep raiding, keep playing. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. I have a Facebook too for the YouTube page. And until then, guys, love the grind.